and the Eagles, I think everyone going into it felt that the Eagles were falling. They were slipping. They were not playing well the past 7 games or so, and it was evident, right? And you saw it here. You saw it right away, and this Bucs team was hot, and this is why you love the playoffs, right? Because it's not always the record best team that's going to win the game. It's the team that's hot going into the playoffs. And when you heat up at the right time, that's when you get dangerous. And that's when, you can make these runs. And if you look at the Bucs Super Bowl run with Brady, they kind of were struggling, and then they heated up at the right time and they made a run at it. So, who's to say, right? Who's to say that the Bucs can't do it again with Baker leading the way? And I thought they played really well. I thought offensively they played really well. I think Eagles in this game, I didn't really like the fact that they just weren't, getting a lot of explosive plays. I think the play calling was a little spotty in terms of like third downs and what they did on third downs. And they couldn't get a whole lot going in the rushing game, I don't think, for that ground game where the Eagles really wasn't that impressive. DeAndre Swift, rushes for only 34 yards. That's it. Jalen Hurts doesn't rush for anything. He sat back and threw for 250 yards, which is impressive, but they just couldn't get anything going, right? Devontae Smith got 150 yards receiving, which is impressive, but again, they couldn't execute and finish. They couldn't finish in the red zone. I feel like they probably should have gotten the points on that when it was they got that penalty to make it 4th and 5, and they went for it instead of just taking the field goal. I thought that really changed dramatically changed their outlook and kind of put them in a spot where it was almost like desperation mode after giving up. I mean, that 3 points, right? Like it's 12-20, right? I think it was, or I think the score, I'm not exactly sure how much the Bucs had, but it could have been 12-20. And it was just like 1 score away, 2 scores away from taking the lead. So that was a big, turning point in my opinion. But overall, the Bucs just off the Eagles defense. I don't know what the hell happened this season towards the end of it all with them, and I don't know why they brought in Matt Patricia. Like I don't see how Matt Patricia, even in the past couple of years, he hasn't proved himself to be a good coach the past couple of years. Like he was terrible with the Lions. Even when we went back to the Patriots, it's not like that helped. I don't really see what they were trying to accomplish by bringing in any kind of new coach, 3/4 into the season, and you're going to force the defense now to learn a new scheme, new system, or even if it is the same scheme and system, you're going to force Matt Patricia to adapt to that and learn that too. It's just, I don't know. It seems something seemed off to me with the Eagles halfway through this season, or even maybe throughout the whole season, but probably didn't rear its head until halfway through it. But yeah, the Chiefs, the Eagles have a lot of questions to answer for themselves. The Sirianni comeback, I feel like he should. I think he's a good dude. I think he's a good coach for the team. I just think that they just need to, fix their defense and, I think they need to get a little bit more reliable targets for Hurts, I get it. I'm sure they were banged up and weren't able to, really get the type of personnel they wanted out there throughout a good portion of the season. But I just think that Jalen Hurts, I think he's a dude. I think he's a dog. I think he's good. But, something just seems off. It really does compared to last year and just the way that they kind of took control of games last year and how they're not at all this year. They let teams run and pass and just dominate all over them. And their defense can't stop anything. So unfortunately, I feel like this result was the one that even Eagles fans probably saw coming, that they didn't want to believe, but they probably saw coming, that they were going to lose by lack of offensive production and getting just run up on by the other team's offense. So it's tough if you're an Eagles fan, but good job and congrats to the Bucs and congrats to Baker. Cool to see him kind of come back and revamp his career with a team like the Bucs. So we'll see how far they go. They're going up against the Lions, and that's going to be a tough match for them. But I think that he has a chance to really pull something special off here. So we'll see how that goes for them.